Hello everybody, this is Jack Connor. This is my weed identification project collection, if you will. Decided to do a video this time, and we got some cool stuff around here on the property that we're gonna be taking a look at. So let's hope this all
Here
goes
we
well.
got a weed. It needs no introduction. The dandelion, king of the weed jungle. Funny enough, this flower was actually blooming when I found it originally, but that's pretty cool. You can tell it's a dandelion, well, obviously by the flower that it's got, you know, get not so blurry there, and also by the leaves that it has. As you can see, the leaves are spatulate and serrated, kind of. I mean, that's dead indicator that it's a weed. I mean, a dandelion. And let's see if we can get some roots here. There's quite a few of them here. Let's see if we can get a good one with roots on it. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's kind of lay these out here. Better film. I know only expert filmmakers here with Jack Connor. Some good looking things right there. Other things about the dandelion. Latin name, Taraxacum. It's part of the Asteraceae family. It was found here at 175 Highway B, Salem, Missouri on September 2nd, 2018. That's the first one of the Asteraceae family here. We got some other cool ones to show. So here we have an interesting specimen here. Giant ragweed, as it's found here. Here we have the flowers. This is by my the dog house here. Here are the dogs. The Pitbull's my brother's, the Great Dane, and the whatever Sam is. We actually don't know what he is, but he belongs to us. They're cute guys. They've been growing this giant ragweed. This is their garden. Some identifying features. Hey, they get jealous. Is the trifolia leaves here. Some species come in a more palmate form, but this one, the more common, comes in the 3 leaves. Other things about it, its Latin name is Ambrosia trifida. It can also go by the name buffalo weed or Texas giant ragweed. It's part of the Asteraceae family. It was found on September 2nd, 2018 at 175 Highway B, Salem, Missouri. The type of habitat is pasture. You can see from up there. It's an old hayfield. It is currently flowering right now. Let's see if the camera can focus up here. As you can see, still got some pollen kind of producing on it. It's pretty neat stuff growing out here. We can kind of take a look at how big it is here. Pulled a sample out of the ground. Here's a better look at the flowers if we didn't get one before. And the leaves are a little scratchy to the touch. Got some trichomes growing on them. But here are the root system as well. As we can see, we have a lot of adventurous roots growing, as they seem to be spiraling out there. But a lot of big ones. Its root system's a little fibrous, but overall seems to be going a little bit down. Let's see if we can kind of break one off here. They're tough, maybe not. Oh, there we go. The roots are pretty woody, which I find interesting. Usually they're a little bit more succulent, but we have a good system going on this one. I mean, it's strong and healthy besides getting ripped out of the ground, but it's pretty neat stuff. Right here we got some Carolina horse nettle. I found some others with the flowers too on them, but here we have some fruit growing on them, and they, you know, they're part of the Solanaceae family. So a lot of similar characteristics here of tomatoes and other plants in the nightshade family. The shape of the leaves, for one. This one's seen better days by the looks of it. Looks like something was eating it. And also, you know, obviously the type of fruit that gets born from it. Kind of a dead giveaway there.
but its Latin name is Solanum carolinis. It's also known as horse nettle or Carolina horse nettle. It was found on September 2nd, 2018 on 175 Highway B in the pasture back home. Right now it's fruiting, and we'll take a closer examination at its roots and everything.
So here we have a closer look at the Carolina horse nettle. Here's the fruit from the plant that we looked at earlier. As you can tell, it's definitely a Solanaceae kind of plant. It's very similar to a tomato, except I found this interesting. It doesn't squish like a tomato. It's actually pretty hard to do that. It doesn't quite easily pop, as you'd imagine. Here we have another one with the flowers on it. As you can see, that definitely a Solanaceae flower with the way that opens up and everything. And sometimes they can even have a little bit of a purplish hue to them. Find that interesting. Another dead indicator that this is Carolina horse nettle is because of the thorns on it. And then here we have a picture of the root system. We got like one taproot that goes down, with a lot of minor roots spread out. Trying to get there. Oh, cat showing up. So that is Carolina horse nettle, also known as Solanum carolinense. Here we got some other classics, some white clover growing around over here, down in these parts. Definitely could tell it's white clover by, you know, the shape of the flower and, you know, obviously its color. White, and you know, the classic shamrock growing out of it. It's pretty cool stuff. White clover, other common names include Dutch clover, Latin name Triforium ripens, part of the Fabaceae family, found on September 2nd, 2018 at 175 Highway B. It is on pasture back home, and you know, it's flowering, obviously, with the flowers going at it. Let's see if we can take a look at the roots here and see if I have enough tact to get this going. Here we go. Here's a good one. So as we can see, the root system's pretty fibrous. Seems to be spreading out on a pretty shallow layer with like kind of one strong central thing going there. So overall, pretty cool stuff growing out here. So here we are on Dent County Road 5100, right outside my brother's house, and we just found this absolute unit of a bull thistle. Look at this boy right here. That's a good boy right there. Some facts on bull thistle, also known as spear thistle, part of the Asteraceae family, Latin name Quercum vulgare, found on September 2nd, 2018. And here we have some definite identification features with the flowers that it grows on it. You can also tell it's a bull thistle by just the width of the stalk there. As it's going, it's not really branching out or trying to get higher as some of its counterparts are. It's just trying to grow to the ground and be as sturdy as possible. I'm gonna see if I can pull this thing out. We can see the roots on it. So I couldn't rip this thing out with the roots attached. It's one strong boy right here. But we got some cool stuff. The underside of the leaves is like a silver. And also, if we take a look at the stalk, it's not succulent like you'd imagine. It's like a woody stalk. It's going in there, a woody stem, I should say. So that's pretty interesting. Supposedly you can eat the flowers. I don't know. I'm not gonna try though because they look sharp. They got some thorns on them. Take that out of your teeth all day. So anyway, I think that one's pretty cool. Here I am, Jack Connor, back at it again for the weed assignment.
Here we are at the Dar Center of Agriculture. We're gonna be seeing what kind of weeds we got over here. So I think it's gonna work out. I think we'll be good. There we prove that we're at the Dar Center of Agriculture. There we got some boys going. Beautiful day here. Anyway, found a specimen of some green foxtail. Scientific name, Setaria viridis. Other names can go by green bristlegrass. Botanical family is the Poaceae. Its tribe is Setaria. The date is September 18th, 2018. The location is 2401 South Kansas Expressway. And we're gonna take a look at some of its identifying features. So here we have a couple of examples of some green foxtail here. I'm gonna be talking about some of its identifying features. Obviously one of the top ones is its inflorescence. With the fuzzy kind of spikelets going out there. Each one should be about 3 millimeters long with about 3 hairs per spike. And another thing that distinguishes this from what it commonly gets mistaken as its giant foxtail counterpart is the fact that the leaves don't have any hairs on them. If you can, let me get there we go. So we can see here, it's one smooth leaf. Don't gotta worry about no hairs popping up on that. Here we got another example of one. Here we got the root system. It's like most grasses, it has a pretty fibrous root system, a lot of root hairs going in. So that'll about do it. It's usually found in pastures, like what I imagine the Dar Center would classify as pasture. And it's pretty neat stuff. Dr. Lancaster. Jack Connor back at it again with the weed management project. And here we have, behold, Johnson grass. The pretty common around here. Here we are at the Dar Agricultural Center. We're on the animal science part of things, so you got to be extra careful. They can smell fear. So, but here we have it growing. It is September 22nd, 2018. We're going to take this down to the lab, get a little closer look at it. So here we are, Jack Connor's back. Hello, it's me, Hannah Baker, and we're here with the Johnson grass that we found earlier. It's a lot of fun. So we're going to be breaking some stuff down. We're going to be talking about some cool stuff. So common name, Johnson grass, part of the sorghum tribe in the Poaceae family. Here we got a little guy, a little version of it right here, riddled with seeds, as you can see. Look at all those seeds. It's ridiculous. So these seeds can actually stay viable for up to 20 years. That's what makes Johnson grass so bad. In fact, Johnson grass is in the top 10 most noxious weeds in the world. We found it in a pasture right next to a creek down there at the animal side of things at the Dar Agricultural Center. Its Latin name is Sorghum halepense. That's a fun one. Its facts, seeds can go from a yellow to a purple to a brown here. And here we got a big old one here. Kind of break it up here so we can kind of get a better look. Here we got, it's big old bumper right there, if we can get that. It has a large seed head, as you could probably see before, but here we go. Because it supports quite a few. It's in like a panicle kind of formation. So that's kind of cool. It grew up to 7 feet tall. And here, let's take a look at the roots here, because we got a good sample here. Get rid of all this extra junk. So as you can see here, we got kind of a taproot system with some fibrous ones going there. We've got a big one right here. That's it was kind of a little bit hard to pull out of the ground, but nothing that a little Canadian sirloin can't lift up, so it's good. And yeah, that's about it for Johnson grass. So see you next time, nerds. Ladies and gentlemen of Miss Lancaster's weed science class, we have here quite the specimen at the Dar Agricultural Center. A simple man had a simple idea that cut through his mind like a soft cheese. And that is behold, pitted morning glory. Yeah, get that action shot. That's a good one. As you can see, I am not doing the camera work this time. We got a better production budget, so my boy Lance is behind the camera. He's doing a great job. He is my boss's nephew, that's why he is here. I didn't want it, but c'est la vie. C'est la vie, as they say in the Franco parts of the world. So we found this on September 22nd, 2018. Its Latin name is Ipomea lacunosa. Goes by white star as well, on the fact of its flowers here, because they're white and shaped like trumpets. That's really a dead indicator of pitted morning glory. Usually when they grow their flowers, they're usually pretty big and showy. It's in the Convolvulaceae family. We found it here in a ditch in the Agricultural Center in Springfield, Missouri, of course. And we're going to take it down to the lab. We're going to be seeing all those features. So here we are down at the lab. We got ourselves our pitted morning glory right here. We're going to be talking about some of its features. So one indicator is that the shape of the leaf, it's kind of in a horse head kind of view there, which is kind of different from the ivy leaf or the entire leaf morning glory. The leaves are kind of slightly hairy. I'm not sure if you can pick up the hairs on there, but yeah, they're pretty small, especially on the cotyledon leaves. You get some hairs, or the cotyledon leaves are actually smooth, I think, and then they get the hairs later on. But anyway, here, once again, the most dead indicator is the flowers. Are these small white trumpet flowers. Usually if you get a morning glory, these big showy flowers try to attract as much as possible. But yeah, not so much here. And we also have some before they bloom, which they kind of come in like these capsule kind of things here. Kind of looking like that. Oh, dropped one. Whoops. Such and such. Let's see what happens when we split it open. I want to see what's in it. Ah! Gross. It's all slimy. It just breaks apart. Anyway, these plants can grow up to 6 feet tall if you let them. And they're not noxious anywhere, but they are kind of a pain to get rid of because, like, the stems, you know, like a lot of vines, they turn woody. It kind of gets hard to pull up. It was kind of hard to find a root here. I don't think we did. I was trying to pull them out, but alas, the Canadian sirloin failed. So, but anyway, that's pitted morning glory. Out. Sup, party people? It's good old JC here, back at it again with the weeds. Here we have quite a fine specimen at the Dar Center of prostrate spurge. Look at that. Also, I think it's also known as spotted spurge. It's quite the thing. Its Latin name is Euphorbia prostrata. Its family is Euphorbiaceae. And we're going to be taking this down to the lab, looking at some identifying features. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. See ya. Bam! 3, 2, 1. Oh, I got stuff all over my backpack. That's cool. Anyway, so here we have the prostrate spurge and everything, because I guess Poseidon himself decided to blow everything down. That's cool. So here we have the prostrate spurge in all of its glory. This is a cool identifying feature. It turns out that it all belongs to the same taproot. Just try to grab a little one. Whole plant came out. Whatever. Science is messy sometimes. That's fine. And so here we're going to be talking about some of it. So obviously one of its identifying features is the way it grows. It's a prostrate growth where it just picks one area and then grows out from it. But the biggest identifying feature of this that spreads it apart from others is the milky sap that it exudes. Let's see if we can get a good shot of that, but let's try it. It's gross, like my dirty hands. Oh, here we go, a good one. Oh no, I messed it up. Here we go, bam. Ugh, it's so gooey and it's coming out, it's everywhere. Come back here, I'm done with you.
yet. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of, you can also use it as a wig if you need to, I guess. So that's kind of neat. What do you want to do with it? You gonna... Here we got Lance. This is what the best money can buy right there for a cameraman. We got that nice wig going. Anyway, that's about it for Prostrate Spurge. Found it here at the Dar Agricultural Center in a garden out there. It is not a noxious weed. Peace out, dude.
All right, we're back here on the family farm. Good old 175 Highway B. We're gonna be looking at some weeds, the last weed of the collection, as we know it. So I found a bunch of them.
Here we have a whole mess of Pennsylvania smartweed. Whoa, quite pretty actually. Also known as pinkweed, botanical name Polygonum pennsylvanicum. Found here on October 14th, 2018 at 175 Highway B. In the garden here. We got the pergola, we got some junipers, we got some weird squash things growing. It's a pretty good garden here. Yeah, 3.5 years of plant experience, and that's the weird squash things. So we're gonna be taking these up on the deck and looking at some. Right, here we are up close and in the action with Pennsylvania smartweed. As you can see, the flowers are pretty. They're pretty flowers. They're nice and pink here. And the leaves grow. Another identifying feature is the alternative leaf arrangement. Oh, Kiki Cam. Say hi to the camera, Kiki. Oh. She's a bit of a drama queen. That's fine. And so older leaves are slightly hairy, as we can see on the auricle. Here we have some hair. Another identifying feature is the purple around the stem there. Some people say it looks like a lady's thumbprint, and so it's called like lady's thumb another time, but like, I don't know, I just think it looks like purple to me, but to each his own. I guess it's subjective. Sometimes this whole weed science thing is more art than science. Some people forget that. But here we have how the roots grow. This is kind of interesting what I found out. They don't grow because I was pulling this out. Here's a big old bush of it, by the way. Oh, come on, focus up. There you go. It kind of grows like that a little bit, and I guess they grow like runners here. I thought they grew like a bush, but I guess not. So, yeah, here we go. Come on, focus up. Oh. And, anyway, if my iPhone would stop being this, hopefully we can edit this out in post. But the roots are kind of growing along the stem there as it grows along the ground. So it kind of looks like this. Stretch it out. Kind of grows like along the ground like that as it goes. There's flowers wherever the stuff happens. There we go. There's a good view. So as you can see, the roots here are growing on the side. It is not a noxious weed in Missouri. In fact, it's actually a native species, so that's good. And let's see if we need anything else. And apparently you can use it as a poison ivy cure somehow. So I thought that's kind of neat. Apparently you make the leaves into a tea to cure some heart ailments, or so they say anyway. I'm not sure the medical facts to back that one up. But that is Pennsylvania smartweed. It's also part of the Polygonaceae family. I forgot to mention that one.